Oof. Oh my god. So, I am very much unprepared to film a video. I was not expecting to film one today, but some exciting stuff happened. So, a few weeks ago, we asked a local plant nursery to check if they could get us a white princess, a philodendron white princess, and turns out they did. They were able to get one. This is not like the best height or anything, but here we have. It's a white princess look. It has like some pink petioles and it has some pink. They got 3 plants and this was the only one that had some pink. This was 15 euros. So, and it's actually, I count 2 plants, but I think there might be a third. I'm not sure. So I got it. And I went out to go get some new pots because I want to separate them. As I was getting out of the house, I passed through the trash bin and one of our neighbors threw out one of the biggest cactus. I don't know what kind of cactus that one is, but they're quite prolific in my country, at least in my city they are, and they get to be 2-3 meters high. Like, the problem with that plant is that yes, it's getting a bit crippled, but not because it's doing unwell, it's because it's getting so big and they didn't pot it. So I got out of the car, I went, grabbed the damn plant, and I have it now. So I'm going to change my clothing and start to work on it. Okay, quick voiceover. Excuse the low quality, I was filming from afar and we haven't pruned the garden yet this year. The first thing I'm going to show you is just that these roots completely shattered the original pot. So first of all, that's totally a spider nest, so not disgusting. But as you can see, look at this. It's so much growth and I physically cannot just grab this. It's so heavy. I don't want to give it a trim. Oh my god, I thought this was just a very like thick root. That's new growth as well. Like, you can just tell that this plant was just trying its best with as little space as it had. I started off just cutting off the damaged leaves and I decided to keep a little ASMR. And that's it for the leaf cutting ASMR. I bet you were expecting more. But my dog was right beside me and he was whining a lot because he wanted me to stop and go play with him. However, I do have some clips of me just ripping the pups out. Was that satisfying or upsetting? I'm not sure. But here I was just trying to show you how much there was still to go. And oh my god, I had such a hard time just picking that plant up. But I'm just putting it near the fence because that's where it's going to go. So, as I was saying at the beginning of the video, I'm starting filming this today because of the opportunity I got with, you know, a wishlist plant and a surprise rescue. But, you know, if one opportunity just appeared in your life, just start doing the damn thing. So I don't have the best setup. I'm like lying on the floor so you can see my face. But I'm not going to be like this all the time. You're just not going to be able to see my face. So I'm going to show you exactly
the pups I was able to rescue and how they look now that I have cleaned them up with some soap. I have my pesticide here with me, but that's something I'll take care of after potting them up. They are not in the best conditions, but you know what? It's better than the trash. It's better than the trash. Okay. This is what we got. So let's lay them out. I still think they need some help. So we have these two with some not the healthiest root systems. I'm pretty sure that some of this just comes out, but this is not like, this is a succulent. They are quite hardy. Like, if you noticed just how much, like how root bound this plant was, and just how well it was doing, how many like pups it was putting out. Like, she was struggling and she was still honestly kind of thriving, so she's probably going to do just fine.
So editing me has finally found the time to educate myself a little on this plant. This plant's scientific name is agave americana, in Portugal just known as piteira or piteira brava, and it can reach 8 meters high. I knew it could go very, very high, but not 8 meters, my god. And it belongs to the Agavaceae family. This species I thought was native to Portugal because there's just so many of these. Turns out I was dead wrong. This is an invasive species. In fact, according to the Australian Weed Risk Assessment, this plant ranks at level 18, and every plant with a risk assessment above 13 shows the risk of behaving like an invasive species. Here you have my first attempt of trying to film mixing up a potting mix recipe. Anyways, I just mixed some orchid dirt, just pre-mixed with bark and stuff. I added perlite, I added later on some leca and some cell release fertilizer, and this time I do have some ASMR for you. Long time no see. Not at all, it's the next day. So last night I was editing the video, and I realized that I was potting up the first 3 pups of the succulent. I'm not sure if that's a cactus or not, sorry. And so yeah, you only have a very chaotic entrance of me like realizing I left the room opened, and so my cats got in. Be prepared for it. Anyways, after that very chaotic clip and some potting ASMR, I'll show you the results. Oh my god, I just left the plants alone for 5 minutes with my door open, and you think you see a lot of animals on camera. There are so many more and like they already chewed up the new growth. I cannot believe this. Oh no. So I was totally planning on taking care of my little white princess here today, but It's way too late. It's completely dark outside. Like it's night. It's night already, and I'm not about to keep going. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a better angle to film because I already saw the footage, and I think I would like to try a different angle for this plant. Also, I kind of ran out of perlite. I totally ran out of perlite, and not only do I want to pot this one up, I also have an epipremnum further there that she's so heavy. I want to stop having her just be a hanging plant and have her just on top of here and have her trail down here instead of just being hooked to something. And honestly, what I am finding is that that plant just got way too heavy. So this is our first little baby. He's not really little, but oh my god. Look, last night, right before I was going to bed, I realized that I was bleeding from these little suckers. So yeah, they are very aggressive boys, but they are in this mix. I wish I could put them in a terracotta pot. I do have terracotta pots, but I am planning on putting some other stuff in there. And if these root up well and like establish themselves just fine, then after when the winter ends and spring starts like flourishing, we will take care of our backyard, and then I will put these up in the backyard because, to be honest, I don't have much space left. If a succulent is spiky, does that make them automatically a cactus? Or is it only a cactus if the spikiness comes from leaves? Because these spikes are not leaves. This is the leaf, and it goes like... And I don't understand enough about plants to know if that makes it a cactus or not. So yeah, a lot of rambling just for me to say. This was the first cutting I potted up. And then I got these two together. I know. They are very damaged. These two were connected by one root, and I decided to just keep them together because, I mean, they fit just fine, so why not? And then finally, the three final babies. The cutting my cats ate, well, chewed on, a cutting that was just fine. I'm pretty sure it has all the original leaves. There's one like emerging, and the baby that I did not mean to cut off, but it just popped off the original plant, so I'm trying to save it anyways. And yeah, so that's basically what I did yesterday. I watered them all. These I might just keep in my room though, like forever. And yes, the mother plant is still outside because that's just going directly to the soil. That thing is just going directly onto the soil. But I don't think I'll be filming that. But today I still am planning on at least changing the soil of the philodendron, White Princess. Yeah, so I guess I'll be doing that right now. I haven't really figured out a better angle to film, but it will be a different angle. But I don't know if it will be better. I don't know. Let me know. Up, and once I get a pole, I'll just attach them side to side, and hopefully having them grow, and then another smaller plant, but I have a plastic pot for that one. That's going to be just fine. So no, this one has no drainage. However, I am not scared because I have had my fair amount of plants in pots with no drainage. Sure, it's more risky. However, if you just let them be and you don't water them at all until they start showing clear signs of needing to be watered, they'll be just fine. You just have to be way more patient and not really water thoroughly, because you know that could lead to problems. This one is going to go to the cabinet. For this one, you can see that this side has basically no leaves. Like, you could totally put a pole here, and you have this one like this, and they would share a pole. I am aware that whatever I'm doing right now will have to be undone so I can fit a pole in here. So, okay, basically this one is going to stay just like this for the time being. Not the prettiest, but that's a matter of time. She'll be looking great. And finally, my last one. I have a cat sleeping behind me. I didn't realize this. No. So my next cutting is the cutting that has pink, right? It's this one. Where's the pink? It's here. And the thing is, you know when you have a climbing plant and she is just growing in a very clustered like pattern, and you would like to have it growing up something, but it's just figuring itself out. So this one will just be on the pot like this, waiting for further development, and I'll be putting it in the original pot where all of these cuttings were. Okay, here we have the 3 babies. So as you can see, this is where I'm planning on putting a moss pole. You can just very safely put a pole in here. This one, however, like, is just a pot. It's just a philodendron pot, and this is literally just a baby. I have the space to put these 2 in my cabinet. This one, the big guy, however, will be up there where it was. It's not going to be like the final spot for the plants, but it's what we have for now, at least. So yeah, I'm really glad I separated them, honestly. Okay, you have reached the end of this video. I sincerely hope you liked it. I am planning on keep on going with this channel this time around. I am both planning on having plant content and book content, so if those are things that interest you, consider giving me a subscribe, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!